Alright, now that my turtle has finally crafted all of the skill level sub-spirit gear for the other turtle, I can finally equip this and see what that looks like. So we're going to go over here to move the items over and then proceed. So as you can see, I now have 13 items with the sub-spirit bonus that this turtle provides. And I made 13 because I wanted to be able to swap between the Sacred Curse Talisman and and the Heaven Armor Talisman right here, because I don't know which one I would prefer. But it's okay because I will only be using 12, because the talismans that you do not have that are active do not count towards the sub-spirit set. So I'm going to move forward with unequipping everything again and then giving them to the other turtle. I wonder how many sub-spirits they have. Okay, so they do have one sub-spirit, so I wonder if this is their item, because I would also like to test out the protect attachment and see how good that one is for this guy. So I had to do the Tau Epiphany with this Jacer. Okay, they have a medium quality bonus to that. I wonder if I could somehow find the other items that they have worn. I'm pretty sure I traded the gear, like the pants and stuff like that too. So let's see what that looks like. Oh, no. So this is not even this guy's pants, huh? Yeah, it would be really hard to find the items that this guy has had equipped. Maybe the talismans. Oh wait, I'm looking at the wrong turtle. How did I do that again? This is the Gen 2 turtle. I want to equip these items on the sub-spirit turtle. Oh wait, I did that. Okay. Nope, I did it right. Maybe this talisman is civil prosperity. Let's try to see what that looks like. There has to be something that this guy had equipped. Okay, that's medium too. It's like you have to name your clothes just to know like which disciple had which clothes. I'm trying to think, what else did this guy have? Yeah, I mean, I think this is all of their gear actually. Let's try. Okay, so they had the divine turtle. Oh wait, these are the talismans that I've crafted already. Yeah, so it seems like the only way for me to test this would be for me to gain 3 more sub-spirits somehow with this guy. So I'll test that out later. But let's move forward with the main thing that I wanted to do to wrap up this video, which is equip all 12 of these items to increase this guy's spell level. And right now it's at 26. So this should bring it up to something pretty high. Let's see, we have the Darkarmor Talisman, Heaven Armor, and Divine Curse. And then I'm conflicted between the Heaven Armor and the Sacred Curse Talisman. However, I do think that I want to use the Sacred Curse Talisman. So as you can see, this isn't activated because the talisman is not on, basically. So now we're at 42 spell power, which is a nice big boost. And I think we're pretty much ready to try the Tribulation with my newfound spell skill level. Sorry, not spell power, spell skill level. My spell damage bonus is crazy, 90,000%. And my cooldown reduction is 42%. So this has a 26.1 second cooldown, which is really nice. And then let's see. I got really into trying to figure this whole situation out, so I did make another sheet to kind of estimate my survivability. And so right here, what I have is pretty much how much damage the Tribulation does to my disciple, and I'm trying to figure out how much damage they would take before the next cooldown. So with a spell level of 42, then it would be 26.1. So I would take 1.1 million damage in between being able to use Reversa cycle, basically, because you're really just using Vitality Chant to keep yourself alive until you can use Reversa cycle to fully heal you. Because Reversa cycle, let's see, this spell restores 2.6 million chi, right? 2.7 million chi, which is way more chi than I have. I have 2.1 million, but Vitality Chant heals 900,000 chi. So I actually need to change the net heal. So this costs 95,967. So let's change that, because my spell skill level increased. And then how much do they heal? 905,396. So I'm gaining 800,000 health every time I heal. 809,000. So it looks like if I'm taking this much damage and it takes me, I'm taking 34,000 damage per hit, and I have a spell cooldown of 21 seconds, then that means that I'll have taken 90,000 damage within the period of time after I heal. So every time I heal, I'll be losing like 90,000 health. And then by the time I'm ready to use Reversa cycle, which will have a different cooldown, which would be this right here. Let me make sure I'm using this formula. So this should be using the new Reversa cycle cooldown, which should be P87, I believe. So actually, it looks like I'm only in a deficit of taking a total of 182,000 damage in between using Reversa cycle. So hopefully the Tribulation goes as well as my calculations imply. So let's just try that out. My barrier power is reduced though, so I would imagine that it would be a little more close than that. But I mean, the numbers are there. So I also didn't make a Savescum yet, so let me do that. I think my game did save recently, but actually let me just go back and make one. Let's see. Try Shapeshift Trib with gear. Shapeshift Tribulation. This is not the Shapeshift Tribulation Gen 2 Damage Trib. These names are getting long, but I would rather have them really descriptive than trying to figure out what's happening if I ever needed to go back into these save files. So now I think this guy is pretty much ready, and I think I will move forward with the Sacred Curse Talisman. Always the wrong tarot. So I have Divine Curse, Sacred Curse, and Darkarmor Talisman. Oh, they don't even have the Codex of Tai equipped, just because I was trying to figure out everything that I wanted to do with that. So let's see, where's the Codex of Tai? It's on one of these disciples, and oh, it was on the Artifact Crafter. I believe it was on the Artifact Crafter. Okay, so they died over there. So let's equip the Secret Codex of Tai. And now we're at 56.9 0.92 barrier power. And how much were we at before? 54, so it added 2 barrier power. Not bad. But this also gives some damage reduction. I don't know if it gives chaos damage reduction though. And then besides that, I think we're pretty much ready for the tribulation. I just need to eat chi recovery things. Let's see. So this right here recovers chi for 6 hours. 6 hours is not long enough. I think the tribulation is going to be a couple of days. Not a couple of days. I think a tribulation is by default like it does 1 to 2% damage per second. So maybe the chi regeneration pill will help, but I wouldn't be surprised if the effects wear off mid tribulation. So I just have the spirit crystal and then the spirit stone, of course, since these are 2 very sturdy items that increase your chi regeneration. So hopefully this big spell power boost is worth it. And then I'm also curious about this guy's new spell power, since I just reduced it. Always the wrong guy. Okay, this guy's spell power is now 11, and apparently I can continuously increase it. So then I want to try to increase this guy's spell power and then give him back his gear to see what that new cap would be. So then that would seem like each disciple will have the potential to increase their stats by, like for example, this guy would be making 12 items that add to spell, right? So then if I give those away and then I get that 12 spell back, then that means I can increase my spell by 12. But if I could make the level 6 gear, and I guess you don't even need to give it back, so if I could make the level 6 gear, then I could increase my stats by 24. So it's some type of weird loop going on that sounds very interesting and unexplored. Like I don't know if other people have made like full use of that. Anyways, back to the tribulation. This is a wooden tribulation, so I want to do metal, and I want to move forward with doing this on the, let's see, yep, so metal attacks wood, and I also want to use origin for it. I always feel like it's something that I'm missing, and typically right. Demon body, advanced chi resistance, and heavenly cleansing. Oh, it's because they witnessed some ascension. I don't think they have the spirit crystal buff on, so let's try that again. Yeah, okay, so that's the spirit crystal buff and the spirit stone buff. So let's try this tribulation out and see how good we do on this 1,000,000,001. My estimations say I'll do really good, so I'm hoping that stands true. This guy's from Blue Lotus Temple. I don't even need to satisfy them, but let me just have my disciple Panacea them so I don't have to worry about them. Sikong, Sikong, Sikong. There you go, Panacea. And now I will assign you a bid so that we can continue to keep our good favor with your sect. Okay, this is the moment of truth, the 1,000,000,000 tribulation with the 2nd generation stats. And now that I'm thinking about that interaction, you may not even need to raise the 2nd generation disciple. You may be able to just make the sub-spirit stat, make the sub-spirit set, and then increase stats, and then re-equip the sub-spirit set, basically. So I'm actually extremely curious as to how that will work. Is this the wrong guy? I am bad for that. That is horrible, actually. That is worse than bad. That is like the worst thing I keep doing. I just see SS and I'm like, Sub-Spirit Turtle. The name change that I did on that guy was probably not the best. Let's Saves come back. I'm sorry guys. It's near the end of the video. This is my fault. Okay, so let's do this again. Secret code at Subtai. Let's equip that on this guy, and then Spirit Crystal, and then Spirit Stone. And then let's watch their buffs to make sure they have that all activated, and then also use Origin Force. So we have 1 advanced Chi Resonance, 2 advanced Chi Resonance. Oh, there's a relic in here that's making this room bad. Where is it? Oh, this Bane pill. I'll just place this somewhere. The options, I'll place it here near the Hellgate. That's weird. Okay, now time to do this 1 billion tribulation. So we have, is Origin Force on or is it off? Kind of hard to tell. 56 barrier power. Oh, it was just on. 56.92 barrier power. And now what happens if I press this button again? 56.619. Yeah, I want it to be 56.92. And I'm just double, triple, quadruple checking everything. Alright, I'm sorry guys. Let's do this tribulation. This is Earth. Okay. Yeah, this is definitely a different disciple. So I want to use the wood tribulation area. I'm just realizing how close my storage area is to that. And then of course I have to deal with those visitors again. So this guy is the visitor. Buy. Let's see, Yuan. Let's see, we're at 700, 800. I remember in the last video I thought that I did the billion one, but I didn't. But this right here, this is the billion tribulation. I will use this one as a screenshot. I'm gonna try to put that one on the thumbnail. So yeah, as you can see, my turtle is at 1.9. There's 74,000, right? Then if I take a hit, now they're at 58,000, but that was only a 1 million hit. So if I take that 2 million hit, okay, so they're at 73,000, and now they're at 39,000. So I don't know. Is it like? It's a good amount. It's like I calculated it to be like 30,000 per hit, but this tribulation seems to be hitting way more frequently. And let's see, I'm at 1.5 million, and I heal for 900,000, so or 800,000 net. So I want to heal when I'm at 1.3 million, which will heal 800,000. So like a little bit like 1.4 million because it still costs to heal. So anytime I'm at like close to 1.4 million, I want to heal. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, this is still hard. Okay, we got a mandate. That's pretty nice. Let's keep it up. Yeah, my calculations were way off because this is hurting me a lot. Let's see. Come on, Vitality Chant, you got this. With Heavenly Panacea and everything else in between. My typical rule of thumb is if I can use Reversa cycle with like 50% of the tribulation done, then I should be pretty good. Because I can just keep recycling it, basically. Vitality Chant. I'm so scared that I'm just pausing, and then luckily, since I have less cooldown, I have less cooldown, so I have more cooldown reduction. So my Reversa cycle is also coming up at a better rate. So as you can see, I can use Reversa cycle again. So it looks like I'm pretty good. Oh, a lot of things are happening. So if I needed it, I could use Reversa cycle to give myself a full heal. Yeah, spell cooldown is definitely the way to go. So I just did that 1.1 billion tribulation. Now let's move forward with doing the next. And I have 11 million inspiration now. So I think I finally did it. We figured out the 1 billion tribulation. And then I also figured out an alternative method which may work. It looks like it will work. So I'm thinking that I want to try that out too. But I'll save my game before I practice that, because that would require me to use MODMOD. Let's have this guy eat this crimson fruit. And then let's just try Tribulation just because it's a different element. I just want to make sure everything is consistent. Generation 2 turtle. 1.4 million. And then I'll just use these to give Vitality Chant some more breathing room. Just keep on going. Yeah, it looks like I definitely got it. It's really the security that you have in knowing that you'll have Reversa cycle up. But I mean, this, I think I'm still getting through, you know, even without using Reversa cycle. This one extra spell is kind of helping a lot too. Yeah. But could you imagine if this guy had less mass chi than 2 million? Then it would be like kind of a more tricky situation. So it looks like they're good. And their inspiration is going from 11 million to, let's see, 17 million. So I just got 6 million from just doing that. So this guy can farm infinite subspheres now. And as you see, I have 2 subspheres that I can attach because I just did 2 Tribulations. And I don't know why their chi always starts off pretty low. Well, I guess it makes sense. Yeah, it does. Let's try another one. Oh, this one is fire too. So I'm going to do this on the water flooring. Yin Yang, Heavenly Panacea, Vitality Chant, Vitality Chant. There's Lang Fang. This guy's in a bad mood. I'm just gonna Panacea them. And then give them a bid. Nope, that's Mao too. Okay, back to this Tribulation. I triggered Reversa cycle by mistake. What is this? Something happened with my Heavenly Panacea, I guess. But I can still use it. It is weird. But yeah, it looks like my Vitality Chant can definitely hold out until my Reversa cycle is ready. Then like pretty much any configuration seems to be working now. Yeah, spell cooldown is definitely the way to go. And you want 40%, but the max spell cooldown is 50%. So could you even imagine like if I had 50% spell cooldown? Oh, these guys are of course interrupting my session. I almost let that run. That would have been dangerous. So yeah, I mean, this guy's good. They can survive 1 billion damage consistently, and I'll be able to obtain the remaining 48 sub-spirits with this guy. I'm thinking that the process is very manual, so I don't know. Maybe I'll try to do that method where I remove spell. No, I can't do it for this guy because they already have plus 12 spell. And then if I gave them gear, then that wouldn't really change anything. So the only thing that I can do with this guy is give this guy level 6 sub-spirit gear from themselves, because then they wouldn't have that requirement of needing 18 sets of gear. They would just have to have, they wouldn't have any requirements to have it equipped because they made the gear. So if I made a level 6 sub-spirit set with this guy, right, and 12 of those would increase my spell skill level by 24 instead of 12. And then so then that will also reduce my spell skill level by 24, right? So then if I relearn those spell skill levels and then put that back on, then I would gain 12 spell skill levels. But I really only need 8, so I just need to basically make 4 like sub-spirit gear, if that makes sense. Or I mean 8, because I need to get plus 8 more than I already have. So I'm using plus 1, so if I added 8 pieces that add plus 2, then I would gain 8 spell skill level. But let me also just double check that that theory works. So let's see. So we did the 1 billion tribulation, meaning I can definitely farm infinite sub-spirits with this guy now. So I'm going to save my game, and then I'm going to move forward with testing this. And I want to save this because I want to use MODMOD to just see if this concept applies, because I don't really feel like farming Eureka pills right now. But I think one of these sets will sell me Eureka pills too. So let me see if there's any way that I can just increase this guy's inspiration like really quick. Yeah, these cost a lot of connection. So I think at this point I'm too curious to not use MODMOD to see. So I remember in the other video I used MODMOD by mistake, and I didn't even know I had the mod activated. But I do like to use MODMOD for testing, so I'm gonna do the same thing I did before. I was like, why is it that when I hit shift and control this is popping up? So in MODMOD you can change like the type of stats. So I'm just going to go into the NPC manager and then select this turtle right here, and then I believe that I need to go to secret arts. This one changes their golden core score and things like that. I just want to add inspiration on this guy. Let's try other systems. No. You can do a rebirth on these guys and all of that. Let's try to click on this guy again. Relationship, no. Secret arts. Increase path. I think this one right here is for like the manuals that they have, where you could do that. Show hint or increase path. Yeah, I really do not know how to use this, but I'm pretty sure that I knew how to add inspiration. Like, that's not too hard. You can edit these other things too. Well, besides that, you can also spawn items in there, so I'm just gonna do that. So I'll just go to item manager, and then spawning items is pretty easy. You just have to search it up on this side right here. So I'm going to search Eureka pill. Oh, Eureka, not Eura. Let's try to find year. I think it's lagging or something weird is going on. So this is a list of all of my items, right? So this is actually not where I want to be. So this is so that I can update items. I want to spawn items. So where am I at? I want to yeah, maybe ad manager. Yeah, this MODMOD version is kind of different from the one that I have used before. I believe this is a Eureka pill, and then I just want to add it. So let's see what was added. Base. That's not what I wanted at all. Easy to use. What is that? I'm sorry, I am getting so confused with this version of MODMOD, because this one looks so different from the other one, because I'm pretty sure there's a spawn manager for the other one. Let's see. Yeah, these are just all the items that are in my sect right now. Let's go to my hotkeys to see if I have a different MODMOD. So it says page up and page down, so that's actually a different one. Huh. Okay, so it's the same one. How did I forget how to spawn items in MODMOD? This is depressing. Trader. No. Character. So that's for summoning a character. Others. Ad manager. Let's try this again. Oh, now the search is working. This game. So Eureka pill, I just want to do like 10, I guess. And then I added them. That was a struggle. So I'll just have this guy right here, this SS turtle, eat 10 of these with no learning speed. But yeah, MODMOD is a great way to test out different things. So now they have 3.7 million, which isn't a lot at all. And I'm just going to use this to increase their spell skill level. So it looks like they need more. Item manager. No, I don't know why I keep going to there. I want to go to the ad manager. Then let's just add like 30. Let's stop playing around. And then of course I need to change them to a human so that I can max out their learning speed. Let's have them eat all 30. And then, oh, is that the wrong turtle? No! Why do I keep doing this? Why? I have to cancel all of these operations. 30 Eureka pills. I want to feed this to my main turtle, my first guy. First turtle. This is literally me neglecting the first child. Okay, yeah, you're eating, but you need to become a human so you can match your learning speed. Yeah, go, 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 go. We must do this for testing purposes. Good job. They really slammed those Eureka pills back. Okay, now they have 17 million inspiration. And I reduced their spell by going to human form, which is better. So it's making these skills cost less inspiration. So I guess that's overpowered that you can always continuously increase these stats as long as they're at the cap. Which is interesting because I'm over capping spell on with the subspirit. The subspirit gear is allowing me to overcap spell on a different disciple. However, it's not reducing the cap for this guy. So I think that's where the problem lies, and I think it might be a bug because the bug is that it's supposed to reduce the cap for this guy, but it doesn't. So I can continuously increase the spell and then give this guy back his gear. So let's see what happens if I take this gear and I put it over here. So let's unequip this. Oh, this is a lady. I'm sorry for calling you a guy for all those times that I have done so. I just call all of my cultivators guys. I wanted to pick up the spirit contract. Well, no, that turtle would still need the spirit contract to attempt to do the 1 billion tribulations. So I'll go here and have this guy drop everything. You just have the spirit contract. And now this guy is going to pick up their own gear. Now let's see. So they have all these items. These are all activated. Let's see what their spell skill level is. It's 42 now. You see where I'm going with this? This guy lost their spell levels, but they gave some other guys spell levels, right? And then I re-increased their spell levels. Now they have their items equipped again. So now they're strong enough. So pretty much you don't even need a generation 2 guy or to even rebirth the guy. You just have to re-increase their spell level. Wow, so that saves a lot of time. I have to relay this to Section, who's the person that I'm pretty much like brainstorming all of this work with. So this guy only has 49 barrier power. I wonder why. I feel like I'm missing like one thing. Okay, I'll turn on Origin Force. But yeah, that's pretty interesting to say the least. So this guy has 84,000, 42% reduction, and 50 barrier power with Origin Force on. And then they have 8 a Spirit Stone. Let's have them eat a Spirit Crystal. So yeah, I think at this point, like I pretty much figured out sub-spirits and I figured out the method. The method is to have a disciple craft sub-spirit gear and not give it to another disciple, but for you to remove that gear so that you lose those stats, but your cap doesn't get reduced. So then you could just re-equip that gear after you re-increase your stats, basically. And then you are the generation 2. That's, my mind is blown. That's overpowered to say the least. And I don't know. I don't know if that's like definitely a bug, but it seems like it because I don't know. Let me read the description of this. A small amount of spellcraft epiphany. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really say anything about overcapping or so I don't think that would be fully accurate to say like, oh, this guy is supposed to lose their cap, but I guess that's just how it works. I mean, either way, you still need to be able to get enough to make the Subspirit gear, but wow, just wow. So now let's see, how will this guy do in the Tribulation? Wow, this goes 90,000. That's not worth it. This is 800,000. So I would be healing. I think I would just want to heal like in the middle of things. Interesting. But I mean, their mass chi is definitely scary to say the least. But I mean, they're doing it. And I always have Reversa cycle as a backup. Huh. This is interesting. Very interesting. Come on, guys. Wow, right next to them? Really? Really? That's just rude. Yeah, that protect manual didn't help at all. Oh, someone's actually fighting back, like really good. No, not really. I wonder what's stopping them. Maybe just because there's so many artifacts. So I'll have this guy attack this guy. We need more help. Because I don't want my outer to set. Well, I don't really care about the save because I just use MODMOD, so I will be, you know, deleting the save and reverting back. But I definitely just wanted to move forward and test that without having to farm Eureka pills. Okay. I don't think I even checked that that was the 1 billion tribulation either. So my only options are to do it again or to check back in the recording. They definitely did something though. What was that? So that says tribulation. That says I did 11 tribulations, and then I believe this guy did 2 1 billion tribulations. So that's 14. So I think the 12th one will be the 1 billion tribulation. So let's let this guy regenerate their chi and then try that out again. But like basically, if you can get this guy to have like a little bit more chi, then they should be good. So I think Warder's enemy is Earth. Oh, it's Earth. Okay, so this Holy Stone area. And again, I don't really care about any of these pop-ups because this is a mod save, so I'm not going to be using it. I spawned 30 Eureka pills for the cause. Please no more pop-ups. Yeah, so this is definitely 1 billion. Okay, we're moving. And this Vitality Chant pretty much full heals them, so it's like a Reversa cycle in a way. Yeah, this does damage. This right here does damage. Yeah, I don't know about this one. Yeah, they still can't do 1 billion, I think. Let's see. Let's not count. Okay, yeah. They still can't do 1 billion, but I really believe that if they had more chi than they could, and then if they had more barrier power, I did remember that when I felt the tribulations on this guy, there were some manuals that I learned, and then I rolled back my attempts, and I chose not to learn those manuals. So there are some things that I could learn to increase this guy barrier power up to that 60. So I think that would still hold true. But this guy is just missing 10 more barrier power than the other guy. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video and learned as much as I learned while, you know, doing the video, because now I see that I probably didn't need a generation 2. I just needed to make my generation 1 a little bit stronger and maybe get some more spell level thought shards, maybe, or just 1 spell level thought shard, but I don't think that's too necessary. But the goal is to be able to make a sub-spirit set and then take it off and then increase your skills levels again, and then put the sub-spirit set back on so that you can increase stats. And you can pretty much do this with I think you can do this with any disciple for any situation. Now that I'm thinking about it. So like right here, I should be able to do this with Artifact Mastery with this guy. Because this guy has 12 subspirits, so should I try that out too? Oh, my curiosity. Like, you get it? Like, okay, let's just do one thing. I feel like that's so interesting because people don't really talk about this. I can't even make this because they're not level 5. Okay, I'll do it with the Generation 2 turtle. And, so they have 3 Artifact Mastery right now. I'm trying to think what item I want to use. I can't use this item right here, so I'll just use this sort. Why are they walking slow? Oh, they don't have a spirit contract. I forgot turtles are slow. So this guy right now has 3 Artifact Mastery, right? I can't even do the attachment. Let's just do it on barrier power. So this guy has 29 protect, right? So if I craft this attachment, barrier related, then I do skill level. Oh, are you not level 5 either? I hate my life. I really do. I really hate my life. I'm trying to do a demonstration and I can't. This guy's dead. Anyways, my theory is that, or at least I already proven it, honestly. There's not much to prove. Is there anything that I could use? No, no. Nope. Nope. So I think I could show this through like one of these manuals too, because subspirits will, but the manuals won't work because you can't stack them on top of each other. It really would just have to be through transferring over skill levels. And this guy sadly can't transfer over any skill levels because they're not level 5. So I had to roll back to look at this guy. But anyways, my point is, if you have gear, and then you craft subspirit gear, and then you take off the subspirit gear, then that's going to reduce your level, and then you can re-increase your level, and then you put the subspirit gear back on, and now you have increased level. And that's what I should have done, and I think that's what players should be doing with subspirit gear. Thank you, and thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Anyways, I'm going to end this video on this note. That was actually a really good discovery. So I hope you guys learned something, and I definitely did too. And I hope you guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.